You are live.
Oh, no. Okay.
How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome from CoProduction House, not the Thunderpop Dome, but the Thunderpop Dome is on the road at CoProduction House. And this is the first time since I started doing the audio or live stream version of this podcast that since I started doing the live stream version of this, that I've gone away from the Thunderpop Dome and taken this out on the road across town.
That's exciting. Well, thank you for being here.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm sitting next to me, one of the founders of CoProduction House. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, Stephen. Thanks for having me. Our other founders weren't able to be here today. They have kids to watch and, they have lives on Sunday. I live in this space pretty much other than my home. So happy to have you. It's very exciting to have you in the space here.
Thank you so much. Justin's been on my show. I think this is your third or fourth time.
I believe it's my third. So yeah, this is always a good time. Always a good time with you.
Last time he was with me, we did it live streaming where he was here and I was at the Thunderpop Dome. Mm-hmm. Kirchhoff. Never Kirk off. Kirchhoff. Make a movie. Bust out the red camera. Make a movie. Kirchhoff. Never Kirk off. Kirchhoff. You got your own intro music.
Oh,
do you remember that? Or did you block it out of your mind?
No. I think I remember it. But yeah, that was well over a year ago because I think it was February of 2021.
Because the first time you came on with me and Reed, and we were at the studio. We were all in person. I kept messing up your name like through 2 hours of the show.
Oh, trying to say my last name?
Yeah,
Kirchhoff.
And I said Kirchhoff.
A lot of people say Kirchhoff. I'm like, I'm not offended by it. It's just a German last word. So what do you expect,
So I the next time you came back and it was during COVID, like the height of COVID, we did it, virtual, like where you were here and I was at the studio. And so I made this song to help repetitively so I could get your name.
Yeah. Well, you got it.
Kirchhoff.
Yes.
Justin Kirchhoff.
So perfect. It's sponsored by P. Terry's today, by the way.
Yes. P. Terry's sponsor.
Great iced tea.
So there it is. P. Terry's CoProduction House, which you said is also a name that everybody seems to still mess up. CoProduction House.
Yeah, we think it's a great name because we love collaborating with Austin filmmakers and other filmmakers alike, which is what that co is. You're a co-producer, we're a co-production, and House came from we're all under the same roof. We originally had a co-working space right next to our studio. We still have that space where we've converted it more into a production office, but we're all under the same roof again. And the idea was that anyone who's working on the other side of our studio wall here would be welcome to shoot on this side as well.
It's great. Yeah. And as you can see what's behind us, we're looks like we're at Hoth and Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, we're somewhere. We're somewhere where it's really cold.
Yeah. And I didn't bring my Han Solo coat. When we came here, we were here about an hour ago, and Kirk Hunter was with me and Justin, and he gave us a nice tour and kind of showed us around, and we got to demo doing some stuff in front of the volume. Which was a blast, and did some kind of walks across, and Kirk, give him a little plug. Him and Joe O'Connell, their film right now, if you're in Austin, is screening until Thursday. Rondo and Bob over at the Galaxy Theater, and Kirk's been doing screenings. He's been at the Galaxy Theater last couple of days, and he was nice enough to take a break, come over here with me from his screenings this week.
It's great to meet him.
Yeah, and y'all had never met. Both of you are prominent and had been in the Austin film scene for a number of years, and Kirk for a number of decades, and you for multiple decades too, but him for multiple
he goes farther back than I do.
He goes a little further back.
Oh yeah, before I was born, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. So Kirk's a legend. So he was here, we did some film and stuff, and he brought the Rondo mask. So a shout out to Joe O'Connell and as well as Kirk for Rondo and Bob. And I saw that at Seguin about a month ago and really enjoyed it. So anyway, we've had some fun. We've been playing with the toys here the last hour, and this is fun. We have the Hoth set behind us. And so this volume LED, to give you some backstory, some of you that may not be totally onto it yet. And if you're not onto it, where the heck are you? Where the heck have you been? Really? No. So the whole thing is Jon Favreau, when he started working on a Star Wars live action series, the first Star Wars live action series in the history, there's been some Ewok TV specials and stuff, but like
it's been awful.
Yeah, they were pretty awful, like TV movies from the 90s.
Christmas special, don't watch it, or watch it, watch it and waste an hour and a half of your time.
Be ready for the biggest 70s acid trip you've ever seen. If you want to know what George Lucas's mind was on drugs,
that's it.
Go see that the Star Wars Christmas special on YouTube.
It's the only way you can get through it.
I don't think they put that on Disney Plus.
No, they've tried to get rid of it everywhere. It's impossible to, though,
because of the internet. They can't. Copies.
YouTube exists, so
copies keep getting made and keep getting posted and hidden and then posted again. They're sending people to people's houses when they get their IP address for their YouTube channel. So we know you got the copy of it. We're gonna get it and we're gonna take it down. So, but they're still trying to. They're sending people's stormtrooper costumes to people's houses to get the copies of that Christmas special. So anyway, Jon Favreau decided he's gonna start making live action with Dave Filoni, Star Wars, and they had to work on a television schedule making Star Wars live action, which is very different schedule from working on opposed to working on a movie schedule, which is a lot tighter. So trying to figure out a way to innovate and be able to get all those exotic locations in a tighter schedule. And they came along to this, which is right behind us, LED volume.
Yeah.
And this was a technology. They were one of the first high profile productions, I would say, to start utilizing it, and it gives them an opportunity to project what they want, what world they want behind them. And on the Mandalorian, we've seen the desert, the Tatooine desert. We've seen snow planets, ice planets, and various different things, and sometimes in the same episode. And by the way, they're flying around in space in that galaxy long ago as well. So Justin and his partners opened up the first one in Central Texas.
In Texas, actually.
In Texas, so that's confirmed.
It just happens to be in Austin. That's all.
That's awesome. I'm glad we got it here first before the others did. So they opened the first version of this in Texas, and I think still one of the few in the country that offer what they offer, and it being for independent filmmakers to have access to this type of technology. Of course, we know Disney has it, and now Paramount, because they're using it on the new Star Wars series, new Star Trek series. Sorry, they're using it on the new Star Trek series, Strange New Worlds, which I just watched an episode of it last night, where they had the fire storm going on behind them. It was really cool with Spock and Pike. They were in a very similar bunker like this, trying to dodge the firestorm. And it's a cool episode. Spoiler: the fire also can turn into like creatures.
Oh, interesting.
So it was I gotta
watch this show.
It's a fun show. So anyway, they are using it. So Paramount has, I think Netflix probably has one now. All the big companies now are adapting it ever since The Mandalorian. But here, independent productions can have access to this tech. It's amazing.
Yeah. So, I mean, one of the reasons why we wanted to bring this to Texas was we wanted to make it accessible, like you were saying, to independent filmmakers. So one of that was just the pricing. If we look at other volume studios across the U.S., they are popping up everywhere, but they're very expensive. This technology, since it is new, it's in its infancy, it does come with a cost. But through our avenues, the way that we've acquired what we've done, we were very economical about all of it. We did a lot of research, and we may not have like the biggest volume. It is a large wall. It's a 50-foot by 12-foot wall. Some of these other volumes are 100 feet by 20 feet. They're massive, but they cost $4 million, $5 million. And to make up that cost, of course, you have to put that onto your clients that come into the space. And a lot of these other studios are the minimum that they're charging for people to come in there. It's like 30 or 40 grand a day for 1 day of work. And that's not including the development of scenes in Unreal. That's just for using all the technology. And ours comes in significantly less than that. What we've tried to, what we're doing here, I'm not saying trying, but what we've done here for the past years, not only provide the space to productions of all sizes, but provide a really good experience. Because this is so new to everybody. We want people to come in here and understand how to use it, and the best practices for this new tech. Like when green screen first came out, you know, everyone thought it was like, oh, we can one click on this green color and just take it out. But the technology wasn't there yet, and there's still a lot of finessing that you had to do, and things have gotten a lot better over the last 20, 30 years since they've been using that. But this tech is still pretty new. So we're not only educating, but we're also producing scenes for movies and commercials.
It's amazing. Yeah, I've seen some of the music video. I saw a music video that you all had done here on your website.
Yeah, it's one of our videos that we worked on last August. We had a client that we produced a few different scenes for them. One of them was a post-apocalyptic downtown. So it's where we built a set out from the stage. So it was a literal set extension. And then we also built a cascading hallways. We built a literal hallway coming out from the one screen that we had at the time. And so instead of making it look like it was just 28 feet of hallway, we made it look like it was 100 feet, because we had the virtual extension of it right behind the real wall. It's really neat.
On productions like we got some light, can't see this, but there's lights above us with a kind of like a screen that goes over it on the roof.
Yeah, so instead of doing LED tiles above us, we just weren't capable of hanging them in this space that we're currently in, because also it's just really dangerous. Hanging 2,000 pounds above someone's head, I don't trust it. We have a big liability. Exactly. So we have nanlite pavo tubes above us, and they can change to any color that you can think of. So right now they just happen to be matching the ambiance of the scene behind us, so it's a light blue color. But if we wanted it to be, you know, a desert, we turn it, you know, a reddish, you know, orange color, so on and so forth. But and they can be animated too, and it can be DMX controlled. I control them currently through our Wi-Fi connector. But you know, if we were doing a driving shot where someone's driving through a city, you know, we can animate these to look like street lights or going over the car, or going over the talent. It's really neat.
Do they do this on Dune, or maybe on the new Dune, or maybe it was on one of the Disney productions? But do they take some of this sometimes outside to get like an outside effect, you know, combined with this? Do you know of that being done?
With Dune, they actually did it a little bit differently. So instead of putting their actors in front of a green screen, because they had to shoot these really huge environments, and they really needed a lot of depth, they didn't have a virtual production studio that was capable of that just yet. So they put sand-colored, you know, tan-colored screens behind the actors, and that way, instead of like the light that was bouncing off the screen being green on them, the light bouncing off the screen was the same color as the dirt. But it took a lot more in post-production for them to like roto everyone out of those scenes, because you can't just key out that like tan color and have it be perfect. They had to go frame by frame and like cut people out.
Wow.
Yeah. Insane.
It's amazing. So yeah, that's what I had seen. I know I had seen something that had done something like that behind the scenes. So this, of course, this is one of your, now right now, if someone comes in, how many different, like in-house, how many different backgrounds could you produce for someone like on the spot?
I mean, it depends how many they've asked. You know,
you can go to the desert, right?
Yeah, we can go to the desert. We can go to the city. We can go to, you know, the mountains. We can go to the valley. We can go to space. We can go to a different planet. I mean, like, it's literally just your imagination is what's stopping you from going anywhere. So, you know, what we're currently working on, the scene behind us is being run by Unreal 4.27. The most current version of Unreal is Unreal 5, and there's a lot more capabilities with that one, and especially when it comes to lighting. There's, like, if you look behind us, there's still directional light in here, but all the shadows that you see in this scene it's all baked lighting. And if anyone is a game developer out there, you know what that means. For those people that know what baked lighting is that you'll set your lights up, and you'll set either your ray tracing or you know, whatever you want your shadows to look like, and you say bake. And what it does is it captures all that information in the scene and just like renders it down to actually just like be a permanent look on the set. Whereas Unreal 5 can do all of it real time, no matter where I move the lights. It's really neat.
Wow. Facebook user says righteous.
Oh yeah, righteous.
A little righteous for you. Thank you, Facebook user. Appreciate that.
Wherever you may be.
Yeah, wherever you may be. Righteous right back to you, by the way. This is great. What is there any outside of sci-fi fantasy? Do you know of any more grounded reality-based show, like reality story-driven shows that might be using this already?
Well, I just because I've been doing this technology for almost 2 years now, I've noticed a lot of process trailer shots in a lot of shows. Most like a process trailer shot, for those that don't know, is a car driving shot, and they call it a process trailer shot because what you would normally do is you'd put a car on a trailer, it'd be towed by a truck, and on that trailer you'd have your lights, you'd have your camera crew. It was very expensive and very dangerous, you know, to drive down these roads with all this equipment, and the liability was really high. So what they've been doing is they've been bringing actors and you know, a smaller crew, smaller footprint into studios such as ours to shoot these shots. And so they could still have real live footage that they've shot on a set and project it onto a screen such as ours, or you come to us and we would be able to create the scenes for you. So if they needed someone to drive through a city, or, you know, the mountains, you know, or even off a cliff, like, we could do that. We would just have to develop it. And chances are the cost would still be less than what it would be for a process trailer shot, which could be $20,000 to $30,000 a day for shooting that type of stuff. Yeah,
we were talking about that before we fired up the live, how like where it used to be, you go out and film and you needed sunlight to get a certain amount of shots, and you needed maybe the sunlight to be the same and not look different from shot to shot.
Right.
So you would be on a real time crunch to get, as a crew, at wherever location you went. Maybe it could be, you know, 2 hours outside of town to get the rocks and whatever background desert that you might want that you can't get in Austin. And so you're if you miss that shot, you have to come back, bring everybody back. It's very expensive.
The labor itself is outrageous, right?
Just on that alone.
Yeah. So
and the gas prices in 2022. Driving everybody.
424. Oh man, I'm gonna look back at this in a couple of years and be like, 424. Oh, that's cheap, you know. But I know that's ridiculous. Electric, go electric. No, so
yeah, I'm going EV. I'm looking to trade in right now.
Yeah. Well, we're all electric in our family.
Yeah.
In fact, my car, the battery just died because it's just older. It's an older electric car that I'm gonna have to get fixed. But it's been great, you know, just being able to charge at home. But yeah, one of the greatest things that, you know, we've been trying to bring in here, bring more of in here, is just those type of shots, because we do have the ability of like animating our camera, either with you know, a robot in our space or our other camera tracking system. We have it on a slider, whatever. We can move around the actual car, which is really neat. On a regular process trailer, you can't do that. You have cameras that are either rigged to the car or they're rigged to the trailer, and you have, you know, it's either a 2-shot up front or through the windows, right? Ours can go and do all of it all in one shot, which is really neat. So we could start looking at the passenger, and we can have the camera move around to the front of the car and get a 2-shot, which is really, really cool. That's the capabilities that we have, at least in our studio. And just doing all that and doing it repeatedly with the same lighting, again, is just more cost effective for these type of shows, rather than like, hey, you know, oh, you know, we've got 12 hours today to try to shoot this, but they still have to try to light it, you know, correctly. And it just gets really complicated.
Yeah.
It just gets really complicated. Yeah. For us, it's just like, oh, you want the sun over there? Boop. You want how many clouds?
Yeah.
Boop. You know,
and you want it to stay there the whole time.
It's raining.
Boom.
Boop. You know, we can change all that. We control the weather. We're virtual God in here.
It's winter right now. It's the blizzard of 2000. The Austin blizzard's behind us right now of 2021.
Yeah. The freeze is right behind us.
Yeah. The only thing is we have actual power. Our power's not down.
True.
We have clean water and power today. And P. Terry's, which you couldn't get during the blizzard either.
True. True.
I remember hanging out with my neighbors during the Great Blizzard of 2021. Austin's not Great Blizzard of 2021. I must rephrase. And, you know, all the restaurants had to close, and whatever food you had, you were lucky if you had grocery shop that day before or the week before and had groceries. But I remember how we sat out by their, they had started a fire, like built a fire pit thing in the backyard, and we were staying warm in their fire pit because we were one of the neighborhoods that lost their power for like multiple days. And we were just like, how good would P. Terry's be right now? Like it never sounded better. And we were talking about all the combinations of gross things that sounded good.
Yeah.
Because it was a blizzard and we couldn't get it.
It's just like all this nasty food that you would probably never eat. But no, we were lucky. Our power didn't go out at the house. It did. It did go out at the studio for a little bit, and we were scared because we're like, man, was our wall affected? But we were really good about like unplugging like everything from the wall.
That's a big
around
key.
that time, and it does take a lot of power to run all this. I mean. It's 50 feet of wall. You know?
Oh my gosh.
This is just a giant TV screen pretty much. And then to power the robot and, you know, all the computers to make this thing run. It takes a lot, but the air conditioning is still going to be the most power it takes to cool this place down.
That's still the highest bill.
Yeah.
The air conditioning.
Yeah. But, you know, for the spaces that we have, it's actually not as terrible as you think it is. You know, $600 a month, I think, you know, it's not for 4,000 square feet. Not bad.
That's good. I mean, considering everything that's involved. Yeah. You know, I got this idea, and this could get you, because you've done some commercials. Your commercials have filmed here, right?
We've had a few commercials, and a couple movies have shot here as well.
Yeah. Music videos, movies, some corporate stuff too. I think.
Yeah. I mean, everything that you can think of has been shot here.
We're going to do a burger commercial. We're going to get a burger commercial. Okay. We're going to get someone, P. Terry's would be great.
Okay.
Whoever wants to do this commercial, and we'll use the volume, the client customer. We're pitching to P. Terry's, but if P. Terry's doesn't want to bite, no pun intended, but terrible pun made. But whoever, Whataburger, In-N-Out Burger. I like In-N-Out Burger pretty good. I don't think their fries is fries are not as good as P. Terry's.
P. Terry's fries are way better.
I got to be transparent.
Hey, man,
you
Austin bound, man.
Burger pretty good though. I like the In-N-Out Burger. I would go to In-N-Out Burger for the burger, and then I would go to P. Terry's for the fries and do
P. Terry's has better shakes.
Oh gosh, yeah, they have a great shake.
Their vanilla shake.
Yeah,
go to. And
they do the specials monthly, different kinds of shakes. Like they have a seasonal menu.
Yep.
Okay, so here's the burger idea. So the actor or the character, you know, I'll pitch myself for the role because I think I could knock this out of the park. I'm falling into burgers.
Okay.
And we can make this happen. We can have burgers, and it doesn't have to be me. I just want to get credit. Me and Justin want credit for the idea, and then we want him to get the booking to film it here. So, okay,
I'm referral fee.
Yeah, we're falling in the burgers. And then it'll be like a voiceover. There's burgers everywhere. You have to choose from, but none of them are the same as a P. Terry's burger. And then they grab it, and it's the P. Terry's burger, and then it stops, freeze frame, bites into the burger. And then it's just like a magical sound. And there you go.
And that's it. That's all you need.
That's a commercial. So let's do that.
It could be like a 5 or 10 second ad on Instagram, and it would like kill.
Oh, it would kill. So let's get that. Let's make that. We want that burger deal. Somebody out there, let's get that burger deal going. I'm going to start knocking on door to door and say, hey, I got an idea. Let's do this.
Yeah. We got a P. Terry's right around the corner. So I would love it.
Because I'm sure they'll feed the crew.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they would too.
They're going to feed the crew that day because we're shooting a commercial for them. And how long does that take to shoot that? You think, your guesstimation, your expertise? How many hours are we in for?
Oh man, probably just 6.
6 weeks in and out.
Because if it's that short of an ad, like what we do here, my partner Christina and my partner Keller and I, like we consider ourselves very much a pre-production company. So before anyone comes in here, everything's all set. We've already done all the development and like, you know, in our virtual environments. So the only thing that would be technical on that day is that, like, you know, if we had like real burgers flying or something, you know, and we could shoot those with our robot if we wanted to. Nice slow motion, like, you know, flips and whatever. But yeah, like we'd probably have it rehearsed already. So client comes in, we shoot it for 6 hours, and then there you go.
Bam.
Yeah.
Done.
Not in and out.
Well, if P. Terry says no, I'm going in and out.
Okay, there you go.
I'll start with P. Terry's because they were kind of the inspiration because they're right there, and It was part of our discussion was Pete Terry's. So you're first, Pete Terry's, but if you pass, then I'll ask you one more time just to make sure you're not playing hard to get and that we can maybe talk you into it. Then I'm going direct to Whataburger. And
there you go.
Sorry. And then I'll stay regional, go Whataburger. Then we'll work our way to the West Coast and go to In-N-Out Burger. And then the last place will be, I don't know. I don't want to
A&W.
Yeah.
There's one in town.
Yeah.
I've never eaten there. And I probably shouldn't.
The burger basket. That's one. There is an A&W in Austin.
There's an A&W right at Man Shack and Ben White.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was. I would not have known that we had
it's an
one.
A&W / Long John Silver's.
Okay. Yeah. It's a hybrid, like a crossover. So you can get.
I would not eat at either one of those places. But
I've never been a fan of like the mashup. There was a place near my house that finally closed that did Chinese food, Asian food, pizza, and Indian food.
Oh God!
Under the same roof.
Do they have does it come with a free pass to the toilet? I mean, come on.
I don't like the smells, the crossover, and it's like I might as well just go to the Golden Corral. Let's just go to the Golden Corral at that point.
God, that is the worst crossover. Having you don't mix Italian and Asian food at all.
Yeah,
that sounds
some
like a
smells and crossovers that shouldn't
MSG and pizza do not. They don't mix.
Yeah,
they don't mix.
This is like the mashups of the different smells of the food. So A&W and Long John Silver's. That's a lot of hot, like the hot lights lamps with the crispy fish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just
sitting out all day.
Oh God.
We're not getting an
I know. I'm burping just thinking about it.
We're not getting an A&W or Long John Silver's commercial right now. We've talked our way out of that.
They don't have the funding to do it. So
you're probably right.
Have you seen a Long John Silver's commercial in the last decade? I haven't.
No,
I really
20
haven't. A&W
years.
is not a popular restaurant in Texas in general.
No, and I don't think it ever really. A&W probably really never was. I think it was kind of big in the Midwest years ago.
Yep. Up north too.
Yeah.
I mean,
north. Yeah,
they have the root beer floats. That's what they're known for.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love the A&W root beer floats.
But they're any food outside of that is just not. Yeah, you want to create it virtually. You don't want to eat it.
Past 1985, that was kind of the heyday of A&W root beer food. Oh man, well this has been so much.
Get off track here.
Yeah, we got this is turned into a food podcast. Welcome to Food Pop. We're your food connoisseurs. Oh man, well this has been a blast having coming to check this stuff out. We've been talking about coming over here for a while and finally getting an opportunity to come down here. You're going to have a grand reopening that's sold out, so no need even promoting it.
Yeah, grand opening. We had a soft opening last year, which we were happy to open up our doors just to showcase that hey, we exist. We are here. But our capabilities last year was, we had a 20-foot by 10-foot wall.
Yeah.
And our goal was always to have what you're seeing in the studio now. So we're sitting in front of the 30-foot wall, part of, and we have an L-shaped wall instead of a curved wall, because if we had a curved wall in our space, it's very narrow. We would actually be taking away a lot of real estate that we have to play in here. So that's why we're going with the L shape. But we have that. We have our lights. We've painted the studio. It used to be bright white in here. It was very much like a white void. So
okay.
We wanted to celebrate with Austin community, what our space looks like. And we've got a really cool demo that we're going to show people. So sorry we're sold out, but we're not sorry because we're excited to have people here and experience what we've been doing for the past year.
I'm sure you're going to get some media content grabbed to put online probably from the event.
We hope so.
Yeah.
We have reached out to some of the media companies here in Austin. KXAN, we're hoping will show up.
Some news people,
we're trying to get Richard Whitaker from the Austin Chronicle to come back out here. He originally published our article that put us on the map like a year ago.
Okay.
And so we wanted to get him out here so he can actually be in our space and see what we actually do here. But
do a
Brian,
follow-up.
Brian Gannon from the Austin Film Commission is going to be here.
Brian's
been a huge advocate for us. I love that guy. If you talk to anyone who's anyone in Austin, they know Brian. He is just fantastic. So
Mhm.
got him. We've got some Texas Film Commission folks
Awesome.
coming out.
Yeah.
And then some other bigger production companies are gonna hopefully be here as well. They've RSVP'd.
Yeah.
So we're just wanting them to get out here because COVID is. I mean, we're sitting next to each other without a mask, which is great. Because COVID is in the decline, and hopefully it'll stay that way. This event is going to be hopefully our biggest event this year.
Yeah. So and a lot of things that wasn't able to happen for a couple of years have suddenly been able to. Tom Cruise releasing Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
That he refused to stream, which I understand.
Yeah. Well, they spent so much money on it. I mean, they had to. They probably spent $300 million on that movie. And they are hoping to make it back.
Yeah. So obviously just selling it to Netflix or a streamer. And yeah, probably no LED volume in that. I heard it's practical effects out the door, like all the way.
That's all they wanted to do. And he was such an advocate for like training like all those actors. A very like aside is that Glenn Powell, who plays Hangman in that film.
Yeah.
Glenn is an old friend of mine from when I did theater in Austin. Him and I were in this theater group together. It was part of Austin Musical Theater, which is no longer around, but we were in a group together called Junior Company, which is like the training company for, kids that want to be professional actors and actresses. And he was very much a part of that. And it's great to see him get to where he was.
In a huge movie he's going to be in this huge movie. And he waited, I'm sure it was frustrating to had to wait 2 years for that work they did to come out. Delays in release is not fun.
Great for actors.
Not great.
They have the momentum, but he's been crushing it, man. He was in Expendables 3.
Oh,
he was in some Netflix rom-com. I mean, he's been all over the place
doing
in terms of
big stuff.
So good for him.
Well, finally, he's gonna get this movie out. And I think actually the biggest movie this summer is not going to be a Marvel movie. It's not going to be obviously a Star Wars movie because there's no Star Wars out. I think they're the first summer in a long time. It's going to be a non-Marvel, non-DC superhero movie.
I'm really refreshed by that. I personally loved the Batman. I thought it was a great film.
Yeah, that was great.
But there's that wasn't a blockbuster. They originally wanted to release that in October of 2020.
Yeah, that's right.
So they had to push that back. And when you watch the film, you're like, oh, it was very much a film that needed to be released at that time. So they waited 1.5 years to release it. And anyways, getting off track again, I'm excited to kind of be replenished and not have like all these comic book films being shoved down my throat,
Yeah. I mean, they're still going to be coming out. There's a couple that still come out this summer, but I don't think they're going to be the biggest movie this year. I think it's this summer. I think it's either going to be the Top Gun or the Jurassic Park. For the summer of 2022.
You're right. And this Jurassic Park, I'll probably see this one. I didn't see the second Jurassic World one. But this one, since they're bringing back all the original cast, I mean, you kind of have to see it. It's just a closeout. Like, please stop making more Jurassic Park films.
They'll probably take a break from it for a while, but they're going to do it again.
Yeah, probably.
They'll reboot it. They'll reboot it in 10, 20 years. Yeah, they can't stop.
Jurassic Universe.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Space.
That was my pitch for a next Jurassic Park movie was to do Jurassic Space and have like where the aliens cross over with dinosaurs.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That would be. You know what? We should do that. We'll do that here. We'll just produce it.
We could do it. We got the technology. Aliens. They come and they abduct dinosaurs.
There you go.
And they bring them back to their planet, and then the fun begins.
Yeah, that's
to do the testing and stuff, and then there's a dinosaur.
They're intelligent enough to like be able to do that, right? Like the predators, like we all know they've been around for centuries and centuries because Predator 2, he had like a pirate gun.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he had a pirate gun from like the 1500s. So, anyways, cool.
Jurassic Universe. I love it. We're gonna make that movie. All right. We might start working on it next week. And our burger, falling in the burger commercial for Pete Terry.
There you go. Done.
That's done. Those are our 2 projects. Justin, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me again. 3 times the charm.
3 times the charm. Yes. The trifecta, the trilogy, the other trilogy right here at the CoProduction House. So here in Austin, Texas, the only one in Texas, the first one in Texas.
Yes.
Of its kind. that use the volume LED technology. And this was a little different for me. I've never taken this live stream out on the road. So this was kind of like taking me out of my comfort zone.
Well, you're always welcome back.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Thank you. You might make me pay the light bill next time.
I won't. No, I won't.
But. Everybody out there, have a good day, hour, second, millisecond. Goodbye. Have a good Sunday. See you later.
Bye.
Be Terry's, our unofficial sponsor. I'm gonna do a little closeout. We're gonna do a little guys. I didn't do the intro. I got so excited. No, I didn't do that. It's okay. I'm gonna do the outro though.
Thunderpop is a Hit the Bricks production.